Good evening. From the gymnasium on the campus of Golden West College, this is GWC TV Wrestler Game of the Week. Hello everyone, I'm Rob Frecker alongside Kevin Schreiber, and we are pleased to be bringing you an Orange Empire Conference women's volleyball matchup between the visiting Fullerton Hornets and your Golden West College Wrestlers. Kevin, both teams enter this match on a little bit of a different note. Golden West coming off of a tough loss to OCC just on Wednesday night.
The Golden West Wrestlers, their record doesn't exactly speak for their team. They're a much better team than their record shows. They may have dropped their last one at OCC, but the two previous games, they picked up 2 victories in a row versus Santa Ana and Riverside.
And Fullerton coming off of 2 straight wins. However, that doesn't tell the whole story either.
The story with Fullerton is they're a real streaky team. They dropped their first 3, won 3 in a row, lost a couple, so you never know which Fullerton team you're going to get. If Fullerton team shows up, they have a good chance at beating this Golden West Wrestler team. But if they don't show up, it should be a smooth victory for the Golden West Wrestler ladies.
On paper, these two teams very evenly matched. Fullerton maybe a few more stat leaders. However, these two teams are very evenly matched.
Yeah, it may not show it on paper, but on the court, it's a different story. Fullerton may have 1 or 2 key girls that teams can go ahead and defend against and shut down their whole team. The Golden West Wrestler ladies, on the other hand, everybody on their team is pretty much even, so there's really not one girl that a defending team can go against and shut down their whole team. Pretty much their talent is spread thick throughout the roster, top to bottom.
And that's much through the work of head coach Bill Lawler, now in his 2nd season here at Golden West, was able to put his first season as head coach together and head up a good recruiting class. Speaking of Coach Bill Lawler, had a chance to talk to him a little bit earlier. Let's take a look. All right, I'm standing alongside head coach Bill Lawler. Bill, it's our first broadcast of the women's volleyball game for this season. Can you give us a little recap so far of what's going on?
Well, we've been very competitive. I'm pleased so far with our performance. We had a tough match against Orange Coast. We're in position to win 3 of the games, in fact, up by 2 at serving game point 2 different times. That was probably the toughest competition we faced, and it's nice to know that we can compete with every single team in our conference.
Very good. You know, we look at stats as sportsmen, and looking over your stats, there isn't really a standout player who's compiling a whole big mess of stats for you. Any team leaders, what's the secret behind your success?
Well, actually, most teams usually only have one main player. We actually have a really balanced attack, and we have a lot of talented players, so we're not feeding the ball to one particular person. We have a balanced attack, and I think the secret to our success is that we have a balanced attack, so it's hard to put a effective game plan against us.
Very good. You're now in your 2nd season here. You got a chance to recruit some players over the summer. Tell me a little bit about who you were able to bring in.
We were able to bring in Ashley Botana. She's a 6'3", outside right side hitter from Luera High School. And she was an excellent get for us, has a ton of potential. Chaffee is another player, as an outside hitter, and she's from the Long Beach area, and she's number 7, and she's also starting as a freshman. We've gotten a few others, have a new libero this year, Jocelyn Harris, and she's added a lot of fire to our team as well. Also recruited another freshman setter, and then we had a transfer from Pasadena City College, who's a international player from Mexico.
Very good. I know when I talked to you last season, you said as head coach of Cal State LA, you were able to watch some of our broadcasts and pick up some of the players there. How are you able to do it now?
Basically, I go to the high school tournaments, go to the high school matches, word of mouth. A lot of the coaches I know in the area call me up, invite me over to watch one of their players. Multiple contacts, just there's a variety of ways that we find our players.
Well, we're pleased that you're putting a program on the rise. Lastly, we've got a tough contest tonight against Fullerton, a very good team. What's the prospects?
Well, my prospect is a win. You know, if we show up, I feel we're going to win. And we definitely have the talent, we have the size, we have the athleticism. Again, we have 18 and 19-year-old players out there, so you never really know how they're going to play and how they're going to show up. But I'm predicting a win.
All right, we will look forward to bringing you that win. Good luck in tonight's contest.
Thank you.
Together a very nice program here in his 2nd season. Very consistent team throughout this entire season.
I totally agree with you. Like I told you before the interview, the roster's pretty spread out, so any girl can step up big and steal the spotlight on any given night, and that's what makes the Golden West Wrestler girls such a tough team to play against.
And as you mentioned, Kevin, Fullerton's been all over the map. hot streaks, cold streaks. They've been ranked 8th. They've been ranked 24th. They're currently ranked 11th in the state, and it really depends on which team shows up tonight.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if Fullerton shows up, they can come away with the victory, but if they don't show up, this Golden West team can be dangerous. They're on their home court, so I guess we just got to get ready for some volleyball and see what happens.
All right, Kristen Neary, one to watch for Fullerton. She's the setter, number 4. Could be a close contest, and we'll be bringing it to you right after this.
Elkhart's a place that has lost jobs faster than anywhere else in America. The people who've lost them have no idea what to do or who to turn to. In fact, local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand.
Welcome back, Kevin Schreiber. I'm alongside Rob Frecker here. Up in the bird's eye view, looking over the Rustler Gymnasium, and it looks like both teams rip-roaring ready to go tonight.
It's game time, Rob. We've been watching these girls warm up for the past 30, 40 minutes, and all girls on both sides look ready to go.
All right. Two teams evenly matched, poised for a win tonight that could make or break their season, headed into Orange Empire Conference play. Very close. Golden West sitting at 2-2. Fullerton with a slight edge at 3-1. Let's send it down courtside to our very own Victor Cespedes. Victor.
I hope you guys are having a good night. We bring you exciting action between Fullerton College and Golden West College tonight. Both of these teams are looking for a win in their conference. A couple of key players from Golden West to look out for tonight is Chaffee Sony and Faith Alliston. Let's see if they can capitalize and get it going for us Rustlers tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Victor. We're going to take a moment of silence right now as we're all going to get ready as the girls are lined up for the national anthem.
Getting ready, and let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Golden West College Rustlers.
Looks like we're going to have number 1, Victoria Polo, starting for Golden West, as well as number 2, Ashley Botana. Number 6, Katie Givens. Number 7, Shafi Sinai. Number 10, Faith Alliston, who's out of Long Beach, California. Number 13, Kayla Morel from Manteca, California. And number 43, Jocelyn Harris, straight out of Huntington Beach, California.
Jocelyn Harris, number 43, filling in that libero role. She's in the green jersey there. You can see there's a starting lineup, so Jocelyn will be subbing in and out quite frequently along the back line as the defensive specialist. We're going to look at the Fullerton Hornet starting lineup. Number 2, Danielle Palomara. Number 4, Kristen Neary, she's the setter. Number 7, Amanda Smith. Looks like number 10, Morgan Herzl. Number 12, Jordan Harp. Number 13, Jade Esquivel. Number 14, Christabel Tamula. And number 16, Kendra Smith.
There you get a good look at the Golden West Wrestler girls as they announce their starting lineup and the rest of the roster to all the fans here in attendance at Golden West College.
Quiet day in wrestler sports. A couple of soccer games. And a little bit of water polo activity in the pool. Other than that, it's all about the women's volleyball team here in the gymnasium tonight. The officials look like they're getting us ready to go. The down official, Kim Martinson, and the head or up official, Nikki Rush.
Pre-game handshake going on right there as both squads get together, looking to get a good quick start to this game.
Good starts are extremely important here with both of these teams. Taking game one is often a determinant here in the overall winner. Fullerton, in all of their wins this year, have only dropped one game. Every time, except for that one time versus Irvine Valley, they sweep their opponents 3 games to none.
Rob, like we talked about in the pregame, when they're on, they're on. We'll just got to figure out which Fuller team is here to show up. Golden West looking to break up that 2-game win streak that the Fullerton girls have going.
Looks like Fullerton will start us off serving. It looks like number 12, Jordan Harp, the outside hitter to get us going. Nice to see that even the linesmen are official referees. No more student volunteers. Take a lot of pressure off those young student athletes.
Both girls' rosters on the bench on their feet, ready to get this game started and cheer on their teams.
Official rush signals to Harp, serve it, and we're on. Good dig by Jocelyn Harris. Be over softly. Fullerton responds with a punch. Looks a little long, kept alive. Jocelyn Harris will set it up, and then again, over softly by Botana. Good chance here for Fullerton to put together a kill, and they do.
That was number 13, Jade Esquivel from Los Altos, California on Fullerton. A nice kill by her as both teams able to keep the rally going there for a bit before that first point by Fullerton.
Harp again with the service. Here's Morel with the set. Fullerton responds with the backcourt hit. Morel again with the set. Botana blocked at the net, kept alive. Harris puts it up. Botana again. Esquivel, 2 in a row.
Nice rally by both girls. Once again, it's Jade Esquivel coming up with a big kill, giving Fullerton an early 2-0 advantage. The Golden West girls got to get this point.
Harp with the service. Morel to Botana again. Botana's effort is touch kept alive. Unfortunately, no. Esquivel looked like she was able to pancake it, keep it up, but the up official rules that it had touched the ground, and the point goes to Golden West.
Talk about an athletic girl. Jade Esquivel is all over the court here in the early going.
Alliston's service dealt with. Long hit, a little bit of confusion in the backcourt from Fullerton. Golden West will take it any way they can. Alliston will serve yet again. We're tied at 2.
Just like that, Rob, a game of streaks. It's 2-2 after Golden West was down early.
Hart puts it over. Morel digs. Harris to Botana. Good blocking at the net from Fullerton. Esquivel puts it over softly, finds that hole. Faith Alliston unable to get down and keep it alive.
Rob, as we talked about earlier, Fullerton maybe a all one-girl team with Jade Esquivel doing most of the work for their team, and Golden West roster spread out with a little bit more talent deep throughout the roster as opposed to one girl.
Kosref serves dealt with by Alliston. Blocked and out. Went outside of the red pylons. That'll make it 4-2. Fullerton over Golden West here early.
Fullerton's going to retain the serve, and it's going to be number 11 on that serve, Jacqueline Kosaroff.
Here's Givens. Puts it over easily. Quick heads-up play by Kristen Neary, the setter, to put it over.
I think she tricked every girl on that Golden West team who was looking for the set, and she decided to hand it over herself.
Substitution as Kayla Morrell, the setter, steps out. Incoming is Melissa Barola out of Chino Hills.
It's 5-2 Fullerton, still their serve.
Allison Diggs. Not the best pass. Looking for Melissa Barola. The underarm pass. Unable to find her.
A little bit of a mental error by Faith Allison, passing when there was no girl around, and it's going to make a game 6-2 Fullerton.
Kostref on a serving streak. Up and over, they'll take it. Botana credited with the point. However, that was not her most proud kill.
Not the prettiest play in the world, but a point's a point, Rob. And we'll see if they can regain that service and cut the lead. Right now they're down 3-6.
Victoria Polo steps back to serve for the Rustlers. Dealt with by the back line of Fullerton. And again, it is Jade Esquivel putting away the points early here in game one. Restores a 4-point lead here for Fullerton, 7-3. Back to serve, Kristen Neary, the setter. Harris Diggs.
Rob, this is definitely not the start that the Golden West Wrestler girls wanted to get off to. Fullerton seems to have all the momentum and pretty much all the athletes going on the court, as Golden West seems a little bit confused in their communication.
Coach Lawler replacing Barola with Kayla Morrell yet again, changing up his setters. Morrell Diggs. Alliston for the backcourt. It's a bit long. Point to Fullerton. Now on a 6-point lead here early in game one. Timeout called by Coach Bill Lawler of Golden West College.
And a much-needed timeout, Rob. He just wanted to keep this game from getting out of control. The Golden West girls down by 6. Maybe they can regroup, get their communication down, get their timing down, and come back and cut into that lead after this break.
They certainly haven't put together quite a very good rally yet to come up with a very strong point. The 3 points that they've got have been a little bit on the sloppy side. Sani, the outside hitter on the far side of the court, doesn't look quite as powerful as Coach Lawler was talking her up to be, but I'm sure we will see her coming out of her shell here. Maybe a little rusty here. They probably gave a lot of energy going into that OCC game on Wednesday night. Maybe a little spent, but Coach Lawler calling that early timeout, regroup.
To be honest, I think they're fortunate to only be down by 6. Let's see if things can change after that timeout.
Fullerton setter with another good service. This one comes to Botana, blocked at the net. There's the referee is saying it wasn't blocked, it went into the net, which means 4 hits for Golden West, and that's another point to Fullerton.
Another break going against the Golden West girls team.
Well, here's Sani. Touched right at the net by Amanda Smith, but she wasn't able to control it. Ball falls on her side. Golden West with a much-needed point.
That's going to give the serve back to Golden West, Rob. Let's see if they can get something going.
Good left-handed hit from Herzl. There's Sani, just a bit long, but that looks a heck of a lot better from Sani. And if she could just take a little bit of sting off of that, that looks a lot better. They're saying it's tipped at the net, so point goes to Golden West, 10-5. Some of the Fullerton players in the backcourt were a little bit surprised by that call.
Nice kill by Chafisa Sani to get the point.
Point to Fullerton. They're calling a reach over the net. Trying to block it in the Fullerton side of the court, which is a violation. Point goes to Fullerton, and they regain a 6-point lead.
Both squads of girls picking up some quick points. The score is 11-5, Fullerton over Golden West.
Harris with a little bit of an errant touch. She apologizes to her teammates as the libero. She tries to find her setter on that first touch so that they can get the attack going. There she is. That's better from Harris. And that looks a lot better from Golden West. Katie Givens with the kill.
A nice little bump set spike with a nice hard kill by Katie Givens. She's a sophomore, 6 foot, out of Palm Springs, California.
Substitution for Golden West, Alyssa Hubbard makes her first entrance into the match.
Alyssa Hubbard's on the serve right now too, Rob.
Jocelyn Harris couldn't get to that one. Too much pace on it. Fullerton again maintaining a 7-point lead here.
Number 10, Morgan Herzl on that kill using all 6 foot 2 inches of her big frame. She's at Orange Lutheran High School.
That was Mo Haveda with the athletic bump. Keep it alive. And that'll be 4 hits from Golden West. Golden West now trail by 8 here in set 1. Libero Cristabel Tamula will serve for Fullerton. Looked like it may have been going out, but it was kept alive by Alliston. Blocking at the net, but the kill from Morgan Herzl, the 6'2" sophomore out of Orange Lutheran. A little bit too much pace on it.
It was Esquivel early, and now it's Herzl for Fullerton, and it seems like both those girls are using their size to put some points on the board for the Fullerton squad.
Tamula serves yet again. Harris digs. Morel to Alliston. Too much for the net blockers of Fullerton.
Nice play by Faith Alliston. She's out of Long Beach, California, in Valley Christian High School, cutting the Fullerton lead to 8, and it's going to be Jocelyn Harris on the serve for the Golden West Wrestlers.
Powerful serve from Harris. Good set. Harris gets down and digs. Morel with the set. Alliston. Bit long on the near side. Points Fullerton.
Rob, the score may not show it, but I think after that timeout, the Golden West girls have their act together a little bit more. A little bit sloppy before the timeout. At least they got their game together after the timeout. Let's see if they can bring it all together and cut into this lead.
Hitting looks stronger, maybe a bit too strong. Something they can work out. A few more errors like that. And Coach Lawler will get a few more gray hairs by the end of the evening. Golden West now trails by 10. Smith service. Nice dig by Hoveda. Alliston with a good kill, kept alive by the libero. Unfortunately, Mo Hoveda couldn't get to that one. Showed some athleticism in that earlier rally, but couldn't get to that final ball.
Jordan Hart for Fullerton increasing their lead to 11.
Alliston with the big dig. And that's easily put away by the setter, Kristen Neary. She does it all. 5'8" sophomore out of Cypress High School.
Jocelyn Harris was there, Rob. It's a little bit too powerful for her to handle.
Hoveda with the first touch. Morel finds Alliston on the far side, kept alive by Tamula. Polo got a touch to it, but it goes out of bounds. Point to Fullerton. Fullerton again on another run here.
Nice block by Victoria Polo. Unfortunately, she didn't have the control she wanted, and the ball ended up out of bounds. 20-7 Fullerton. Fullerton serve, and it looks like Golden West is going to use another one of their timeouts.
Chaffee Sani was just about to make her way into the match. Trailing by 13 here. Only 5 points to go until Fullerton takes game 1.
So, Rob, we talked about in the pregame which Fullerton squad was going to show up, and I think we have that answer here early, jumping out to a 13-point lead at 20-7.
Kristen Neary, the setter, looking pretty strong, finding a lot of her teammates and even doing business herself. But it's actually the Golden West. It seems to be their own worst enemy here so far in the first game.
It's a long night. We're just early here in the first match. First game of the first.
So as Coach Lawler preaching to his team, perhaps to settle it down, find each other on the passes, get some coordination, get some communication. 1 point at a time for Golden West. Kendra Smith with the service. Sani digs. Here's Alliston. Good hit, but blocked at the net. Sani gets a touch, but can't keep it alive past her teammate. But looks better there from Golden West.
Fullerton increases their lead 21-7, and it's their serve. It's going to be Kendra Smith.
Smith on a good serving run. We'll call that an unreturnable serve. The 5'4" sophomore out of Brea Olinda High School.
Chaffee Sani unable to come up with that one. It's going to give Fullerton another point.
Sani digs. A little bit long. Morel puts it over and out.
At this point, it's not only that Fullerton's maybe a little bit better of a team and playing a little bit better of a game, but Golden West seems to be making a lot of unforced errors, Rob.
Smith still on the service. Nice jump serve, and it's off Alliston's arms. That'll be game point here.
Faith Alliston unable to keep it hands on that one, and it's going backwards instead of forwards. Golden West down 24-7.
Kendra Smith service. Alliston touches. Here's Morrell. Finds Alliston with a soft touch, but can't put it over the net. And that is 25-7. Game one went by in a hurry. Fullerton takes it.
Rob, I think it all started with that sloppy play early on. Maybe they got things a little bit together after that timeout, and then from there it was nothing but unforced errors as they dropped by a large margin of 18 points.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with game two right after this.
Come on, Donovan, do it like I taught you. Love the new tattoo, Sarah. Let's go!
Dude, what? Dude, that's Sarah. The girl in the pink shirt, that's the girl I was telling you about.
Oh, that's Sarah?
Theater 2 on your left. Hey, Sarah. What color underwear today?
Hey, Sarah. So when are you gonna post something new?
Anything you post online, anyone can see. Family, friends,
See you later, Sarah.
even not so friendly people. Think before you post.
Hello and welcome back. That was a tough first start for Golden West College. They didn't really get things going early, and it seemed that Fullerton capitalized on that. And we'll see what Fullerton College can do in the next set. That's it from the sidelines, guys.
Unable to get things going there, Rob. Maybe they can get a fresh start, switch benches, switch sides of the court. Let's see if they can get themselves back in this match.
Certainly need to find some sort of inspiration. A couple timeouts called by Coach Lawler seemed to do the trick for just a point or two. They look better. However, the hitting nowhere near what we were expecting from Golden West College tonight. A few of them, they were unable to get it over the net, and the few that did go over the net, most of them out of bounds or blocked.
Unforced errors, a little bit of a sloppy play. Let's see if they can start off this new game. Maybe a little bit more of a quick start. If they can jump out to an early lead and take control early and keep it going and maybe get a win here. Tie this thing up at 1.
Kayla Morrell, number 13 for Golden West, the setter. Normally averages about just over 8 assists a game. With only 7 points in that first game, it's really going to hurt her average.
Number 8, Olivia Estino is going to make her way into the game as the new libero for the Golden West Rustler ladies.
Back to serve, get it started for the Rustlers, Melissa Barolo.
Let's look for a quick start, Rob.
Barolo with the service. Good set by Smith. And out of bounds, point to the Rustlers. Perhaps just what the Rustlers needed.
They got that first point, a quick lead. Now they got to build off it and keep it going. One's not enough. They got to get 2-3 points here before succeeding a point to Fullerton.
Neary sets. Far side, good dig. Kept alive. Rotana with a good kill. Strong play at the net, anybody's ball. Comes down on Golden West side, but it's kept alive. Good digging, but it looks a little bit long. Jade Esquivel, yet again, is getting going early on in the game for Fullerton. She ties it up at 1.
Rob, they may not got that point, but they look a little bit more solid defensively, solid offensively. When you think they might have lost that point early, they kept the rally going. They didn't come away with it, but they're looking a little bit better.
Kosarev serve for Fullerton. Good dig by Ostunia. Botana, nice dig in from Fullerton. And I think that point summarizes everything. The dig from Fullerton goes right to the setter. Ostunia has a little bit of trouble bringing it up and getting it over to her setter, number 3, Melissa Barola. It's been the difference so far.
That's going to make it 2-1 Fullerton. Fullerton retains service. Let's see if the Golden West girls got something here.
Burrell with the set. Botana with the kill. Esquivel blocked at the net. Better play from the Rustlers. Sneaky play. Ostunia couldn't keep it alive. But that's Kristen Neary there with the attack.
Fullerton using the act of surprise right there. I don't think any of the Golden West girls were looking for that one to come over the net.
They don't expect that second touch from the center to go over, but when it does, looks good. Looks like Golden West had a rotation error. Point goes to Fullerton, jumping out to a 4-1 lead.
After a 1-0 quick start by Golden West, they've given up the last 4. They're going to need to win this point, retain service, and get some more points back on the board.
That'll help out the Rustlers there as Jacqueline Kosarev's serve goes right into the net.
Just what they needed. Maybe Golden West not beating themselves up. Fullerton beating themselves up with another unforced error on the Fullerton side, cutting the lead to 2.
Paige Quinones with the service. Will be over from deep in the Fullerton court. Ostunia bumps. Botana with the kill, but kept alive by Fullerton. That's 2 in a row that have been played by Harp from deep within her own court. Soft touch. Esquivel. Esquivel too much.
Nice rally as you get a look at both girls' athleticism on both sides of the ball, both sides of the net, I should say. And once again, it's Jade Esquivel on the kill. 5-2 Fullerton as they get their serve back.
Neary serves. Near side hit from big Morgan Herzl, the 6'2" sophomore.
Herzl and Esquivel all night long, Rob. It's a 2-girl team out there.
Good play by Ostunia to keep it alive. Unfortunately, it went into the net, and Barola couldn't keep it up after that. Another point to Fullerton. Golden West find themselves trailing by 5.
There you get a good look at the serve by the Fullerton team.
Miss hit there by Mo Hoveda.
Another unforced error by the Golden West Wrestler ladies. Kristen Neary on the serve.
Polo with the first touch. Botana with the hit. Double touch there from Fullerton. Point goes to Golden West.
This is where Golden West really has to step up and take advantage of those unforced errors that Fullerton is making this game. They got a point there. Now it's their serve. They got to add a couple points onto it and cut in this 5-point Fullerton lead.
Victoria Polo with the service. It's a little bit long. Good heads-up play there by Jordan Harp of Fullerton. She watched that ball go out of bounds.
The lady of the night, Jade Esquivel on the serve, number 13 for Fullerton.
Ostunia digs. Here's Barola. Powerful hit from Golden West, but it's kept alive by Fullerton. And that hit from Harp hits the red pylons and out of bounds. Point to Golden West. Botana's service. Good digging yet again from Fullerton. Again, there's the difference. Digs from Fullerton go right to the center.
Nice, strong, solid kill by Jordan Hart, unable to handle it on the Golden West side.
Tamula, the freshman libero, back to serve for Fullerton. Ostunia digs. Barola, and there's a good combination there to Katie Gibbons, the 6-foot sophomore out of Palm Springs High School.
Nice kill by Katie Gibbons, one of the few bright spots here going for the Golden West Wrestlers.
Ovedis with the service. Tamula digs. Over by Quinones. Danielle Palomaro would like that one back for Fullerton. She didn't quite get a hold of that one, which looked like an easy kill for her.
Nice solid play by the Golden West ladies as their Fullerton lead is only 4.
Tamula. Here's Herzl. Barola. Katie Givens again finds the back corner.
Once again, there's that bright spot for the Golden West girls. Katie Givens, and they're only down by 3.
Here's Mojaveda. Ace.
Nice serve by number 16 for the Golden West Rustlers.
Escobar's been very powerful offensively for Fullerton. Not so good on defense there. She watched that one fall right inside the line. And Hoveda follows up her ace with a service into the net. Substitution there for Fullerton as Herzl takes the rest. Kendra Smith steps in.
Fullerton 11, Golden West 8. The lead's cut to 3.
Smith had a great serving run in the first game. She's not going to get one here as Golden West takes the point off of her first serve, cuts the lead down to 2. 11-9 here in set 2.
Katie Givens with another kill, and she's going to get to take a break.
Tamula digs. Smith with the set. Kept alive. Good dig in there from the back court. And Botana can't get it over the net.
Nice effort by Botana. Just tried to kill a little low, and unfortunately went right into the net. The lead still 3 for the Fullerton ladies.
Jordan Harp to set for the Hornets. Morella with a good set. Blocked at the net by Polo, but goes out of bounds. Point to Fullerton.
Christabel Tamula making a nice play there for the Fullerton ladies squad, able to keep that play alive and give Fullerton the point.
Tamula, a great libero there for the Hornets. Harp again with the service. Here's Barola. Polo tries to get it over, but it's put right back onto the Golden West side. Harp, the 5'8" sophomore out of Foothill High School, on a bit of a serving run here. A long touch from Botana. Goes cross court, can't find Barola, the setter.
Another one of those unforced errors by the Golden West ladies, and there's going to be another timeout called by the Golden West Wrestlers. So, Rob, they're still trailing, but I don't think we're looking at the same Golden West team we've seen in the first game. The first game, they pretty much got walked all over. This game is a little bit more competitive. What do you think?
They are putting together a few runs here. However, still unforced errors. We've said that phrase quite a few times here, even in set 2. And as any coach knows, unforced errors will get you nowhere. It's one thing to go up against a strong team who may be hitting well or passing exceptionally well, which Fullerton is doing. However, when the opportunity arises for you to take some points, it's important to capitalize.
Coming out of this timeout, they trail 15-9. They're down by 6, and I think the key for the Golden West Wrestlers is their own number 6, Katie Gibbons. She played solid early on in that first with a couple of kills herself. She's out of Palm Springs, California. If she can stay strong for the Golden West Wrestlers and get a couple more points off the board coming out of this timeout, I think they might be able to get in there and boost their confidence a little bit and steal this one from Fullerton.
Kevin, we may have to hit on this later, but more of that even spread out attack from Golden West as we get started again. Jordan Harp with the service for Fullerton. Here's Quinones, blocked and out of bounds. Point to Golden West. That balanced attack from Golden West could prove very effective if Sowney and Alliston, who were expected to be the big hitters of the night, aren't able to get things going. It's nice to have Quinones. It's nice to have some backup there as Fullerton takes another point, but it's nice to have some other players who are able to come through. Katie Givens especially stepping up here tonight.
Givens there, Quinones, Hubbard's made a couple of good plays. So pretty much it's been balanced, but you do have to have that one girl who's going to step up and take control.
Estunio with the dig. Quinones was out, but it looked like it was touch, and it was. Point to Golden West.
Nice play by the Golden West girls to pick up that point. They trail by 5, and they're going to retain service. It's going to be number 15, Paige Quinones.
Substitution there for Fullerton as Palomaro makes her way back into the game. Good service there from Quinones. Finding a hole is number 13, Jade Esquivel, right in between the front line and the back line.
What a
of Golden
shocker
West.
there. Jade Esquivel with a point. I think that's her first of the game, Rob. What do you think?
Jade Esquivel, definitely the strong hitter for Fullerton Hornets tonight. Barola with the set. Easily blocked from Morgan Herzl. Barola seemed to put her teammate in a tight corner here on the near side of the court. And you aren't going to get too many past the 6'2" Herzl.
Yeah, at 6'2", she is the biggest player on the floor.
One of the first bad touches we've seen from Christabel Tamula this evening. Her touch unable to find a teammate. Golden West will take that point. Victoria Polo, step back.
Nice play
Serve.
after losing a tough point to come right back and get it back.
Set behind her. Kristen Neary, the setter for Fullerton, finding her hitters in front of her, behind her. Timeout called yet again by Coach Lawler as Golden West trails 19-12 here in game 2.
So the Rustler ladies picking up their offense a little bit. The only problem now is their defense. So if they can contain the Fullerton girls and keep some points off the board, they can climb back into this thing, as I think they have their offense going and their confidence back, which maybe they didn't have early on.
We got a shot there just a moment ago of head coach Bill Lawler for Golden West. Second season here at Golden West College comes to us from Cal State LA, where he was the head coach for 13 seasons. Put together a 700 winning percentage, averaging 21 wins a year. You can see there a good shot of Bill Lawler. 10 NCAA playoff appearances, including 9 in his last 10 years. Some impressive numbers that he compiled up in Cal State LA, made the trek down to Golden West so he could be a little bit closer to his family instead of hauling all the way up to LA every day. He loves Huntington Beach, loves this area, and he is in the process of building a women's volleyball program here, a storied women's volleyball program. So we're back in action here. Tamula with the touch. Here's Esquivel. Pardon me, that was Harp. If it was Esquivel, might have found a hole, but Harp unable to find a hole in the block of Golden West. And that'll go point to Golden West.
Nice block by Katie Gibbons, cutting that lead to 6.
Powerful serve from Botana. The lefty steps up. Blocked. Long touch from the back court. And front net players unable to put that one over.
Both groups of ladies, Rob, unable to pick up consecutive points as it's 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, which keeps the Fullerton lead at 7.
Tamula serve. There's Barola to set. Tamula digs. Good blocking. Unable to keep it alive. Katie Gibbons got that first touch. Melissa Barola was in there, but unable to keep it up. And Fullerton now just 4 points away from taking game 2.
There you get a good look. Number 14, Cristobal Tumela on the serve as the Fullerton ladies lead 21-13.
Some changes here for Golden West. Kayla Morrell, the setter, steps in along with Faith Alliston. Taking the rest is Botana and Barola. Numbers 2 and 3, respectively.
This is a big point for the Golden West girls. See if they can get back in this thing before it's too late.
Tamula for the Hornets, ready to serve. Well, perhaps we've iced the server there just as you would ice the kicker in football. Couldn't stand the pressure, and that first serve goes right into the net. Point to Golden West. Poveda with the serve. Good dig by Tamula. Touched at the net, but the kill from Morgan Herzl. The 6'2" hitter, unable to keep it alive was Golden West. Point to Fullerton.
Number 16 on the serve for the Fullerton Hornets, that's Kendra Smith.
Jump serve into the net.
The Fullerton ladies having a little bit of trouble on their last 2 serves. Let's see if Golden West can take over the serve and capitalize on that. Here it's going to be number 8 for Golden West on the serve. That's Olivia Ostino. And she's able to get the ball in there and get another point, cutting into that Fullerton lead.
Studio with an ace gets the Golden West crowd a little bit excited, cuts it down to a 6-point lead. service this time. Handled by Harp, who comes up for the kill. Good blocking at the net. So give Golden West a chance to respond here. Estunia with the set. Alliston's got to put it over easily. Tamula finds Harp. Good rally here for both sides. Alliston. Good digging by Smith. Kept alive by Golden West, and they're calling a double hit. Good athletic play to get down, but unfortunately a double touch for the Golden West player. The point goes to Fullerton.
A real nice rally by both squads of girls, and some of the fans down here don't exactly agree with that call, Rob.
Stepping back, Harp. Alliston with the first touch. Here's Quinones. Tambula gets down and keeps it alive for Fullerton. Morel with the set. Polo with the long hit. And that makes it game point here for Fullerton.
Game point down by 8. They might not come out on top, but they played a hell of a lot better than they did in that first game, Rob.
Service into the net from Jordan Harp.
That's 3 times in a row the Fullerton girls unable to capitalize on their serve. Golden West down by 7, and it's going to be number 10 on the serve, Faith Alliston.
Alliston with a good serve. Esquivel puts game 2 away. 25-17. As you mentioned, Kevin, a lot stronger showing here in game 2, but still falling a bit short here. We'll take another break. Coming back for game 3 right after this.
Are you with your friends? That's L-A-A-A-A-M-M-E-E-E. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o.
I love you. JK. I hate you. JK.
Are you ignoring me?
We're in a huge fight right now.
Is this something I did?
I can see your lights on. I'm coming over.
What'd you dream about?
Me? I'm lonely. Holla back.
Holla back.
Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
All right, a much better effort, guys. Definitely Golden West still lost the set, but you had players like Katie Gibbons step up with a couple of big blocks, a couple of good kills. Let's hope they come out in this set and show something, guys. That's it from the sidelines.
Thank you, Victor. So Fullerton already on the court, ready to go. Ready to get this third set underway. This third game. They take game 3, that'll be the end of the night. As we mentioned, Kevin, when Fullerton wins, only one time have they dropped a game. And so far, they're on pace to keep up that trend.
These Fullerton girls showed up, and they showed up ready to play. I mean, it's pretty much been a one-sided contest all night. The only bright spot for the Golden West ladies is they only scored 7 points in that first game, able to pick up 17 points in that second game. They were able to get their offense going a little bit. Let's see if their defense can step up, and maybe they can steal a game here after being outscored 50-24 in the first 2 games.
Number 4, Cassie Pugh, makes her first appearance of the night for Golden West. Quinones also on the court, alongside Katie Gibbons. Kayla Morel, the setter. Faith Alliston. Ostunio, the defensive specialist, will come in for Gibbons. And also on the court, number 2, Ashley Botana. But it's Fullerton to get us started with the serve. And in.
Right off the bat, Jordan Harp with the ace, giving the Fullerton an early 1-0 lead. Let's hope the girls of Golden West can keep their head up and not get a little bit down and out too early.
Alliston thought about going to that one. She let it go. She gets that one, brings it up for Morel. Good hit, but an even better block from number 2, Danielle Palomara. Found the backcourt wide open. Went to Fullerton.
Danielle Palomaro, 5'10", freshman, using that size.
Allison for the first touch. Can't find her setter, Morel.
Different game, more of the same, Rob. Fullerton jumping out to a quick 3-0 lead.
Harp continues her serving streak. Estunio digs. Here's Botana. She finds the Fullerton court.
Nice kill by number 2, Ashley Botana.
Faith Alston will step back, serve for the Rustlers. Good serve. Here's Harp. Morel with the touch. Quinones kept alive. Good setting again from Fullerton. And Esquivel with the kill. Blocked out of bounds by Golden West. That'll make it 4-1.
Nice block for Golden West. Unfortunately, it was just out of bounds. It's going to be number 11 for Fullerton. Jacqueline Kasaroff on the serve.
Alston with the first touch. Here's Quinones. Kept alive by Kosarev. Golden West finds a point there. Cuts the lead in half. 4-2. Pugh with her first set serve. What a leap, what a hit from Amanda Smith. An athletic looking hit from the 6'4" freshman out of Don Lugo High School.
Unfortunately for the Golden West ladies, it's been a struggle all night. Fullerton seems to be the better squad.
Katie Givens gets a good hit, kept alive by Tamula. It's got to be over from Fullerton. Morel with the set, finds Botana. Tamula again keeps it alive. Estunio with a good hit. Morel, Quinones, blocked and out of bounds. That'll be point to Golden West.
Nice big kill by Paige Quinones, getting Golden West on the board, cutting that lead, making it 5-3. Fullerton, that's going to give Golden West a serve. Number 2, Ashley Botana. There you get a good look at her, getting ready to get things going for the Wrestlers.
Botana out of Loara High School, one of the players that Coach Lawler mentioned in the pregame interview. Heads up play by Morel to put it over on that set. Point goes to Fullerton on that one, and that'll be Jade Esquivel back to serve. Morel races to get to that set. It's put over by Quinones. Herzl puts it away. What a left-handed hitter they have in number 10, Morgan Herzl.
And it seems like Fullerton's clicking on all cylinders here in this third game, Rob.
Up by 4. Ostunia. Quinones gets a hit. Tamula will keep it alive for Fullerton. Herzl again. Straight to Ostunia. Alliston from the backcourt. Good rally here from both sides. Good blocking at the net. Heads up play by Givens and Morel to put it back. Point, Golden West.
Nice team play by Givens and Morel, able to come up with that block and give Golden West the point and the serve for the Golden West ladies. It's going to be number 15, Paige Quinones.
Quinones cuts the lead down to 3 for Fullerton. Tamula is kept alive. And a long hit from Fullerton. Haven't seen too many of those this evening. But 2 points in a row here for the Rustlers. They sure could use some sort of a rally here, gain some momentum. Morel keeps it alive. Ostunia. Here's Alliston. Tamula with a good hit. Neary race to get to that set. Harp again. Estunio has to put it over. Miscommunication there from Neary.
Excellent rally by both groups of girls. Unfortunately for Fullerton, an unforced area. Fortunate for Golden West, pick up their 3rd straight point, and they're only down by 1.
Neary with the set. Herzl! We've seen that play quite a few times. Neary serving behind her to the left-handed Herzl. Comes up on that far side and just finds a hole there in the middle of the court.
Morgan Herzl, once again, Rob, that girl can flat out play some volleyball.
Golden West was looking to tie it up, but instead, Fullerton maintains the lead, 2 points. But a quick heads-up play from Morel, puts it over on that second touch. And again, the lead is only 1 point. Ostunio will be back to serve.
Katie Gibbons once again, and it's going to be number 8 for Golden West on the serve.
Neary with the set. Herzl. It's kept alive this time by Golden West. Good defensive play. Neary has to race to get to the ball. Harp kept alive by Ostunio. Morel puts it over. And a double hit there from Fullerton.
And that was all about Kayla Morel, Rob. Earlier in the rally, she was able to keep that dig alive, keep that ball alive with that dig, and keep things going for Golden West and pick up that point as it's all tied up at 8.
Powerful hit from Herzl. Goes over on the first touch from Golden West. Ashley Botana couldn't keep that one up. It hit her hands, but fell right down in front of her.
Botana trying to use both of her hands to move that ball upward. Unfortunately, it hit her low on the palm, causing that ball to go straight to the floor.
And that last point when Golden West tied it up at 8, got some reaction there from the Golden West crowd. Fullerton regains the 1 point lead. Neary with the set. From the back court, big powerful hit from Esquivel. Danielle Palomara puts it past the blockers there at the net.
Faith Allison able to get a hand out of it. Unfortunately, not enough to keep it on the Fullerton side of the net.
Fullerton with a 2 point lead now. And Smith with the service. Alliston digs. It's a little bit far. Morel has to put it over. Neary a chance to find Esquivel. Here's Alliston. Blocked at the net. Morel puts it over. Neary all over the court as the Fullerton setter trying to find her hitters. Tamula will take this one to Harp. Morel finds Alliston, blocked at the net. Comes down and they're calling a lift on Fullerton. That'll be point to Golden West. Good rally there, and for one of the few times the point goes to Golden West.
Just like you said, Rob, a really nice rally showing the athleticism of girls all over the court on both sides of the net. Fortunately, Golden West able to pick up that point and cut the Fullerton lead to 1.
Morel's service dealt with by Fullerton. Hart puts it over, and it's long. That'll tie it up at 10.
Rob, we're all tied up at 10. Golden West serve. It's going to be number 13. Kayla Morel on the serve. Let's see if they can jump out to a lead and maybe steal a victory.
Neary puts it over on the second touch. Finds a big hole right in the middle. Ostunio and Quinones couldn't get down fast enough. Fullerton, just like that, regains the lead.
Rob, it seems like more and more throughout this contest, the Golden West ladies are gaining some confidence, scoring 7 points in the first game, 17 in the second, and they already have 10 halfway through the third.
Good heads-up play there by Cassie Pugh. With a soft touch, puts it over the blockers and finds that hole right behind that front line. Ties it up at 11.
Make that 11 points, but as I was saying, you know, as that team effort, maybe they're learning how to play as a team together against these Fullerton ladies.
Neary with an excellent play to keep it alive. The hit from Esquivel, too much for the blockers of Golden West to deal with. However, as you mentioned, Golden West keeping it close here in set 3. Ostunio, first touch, Morel. Here's Botana, and it's long. She tries to go cross court, and instead puts it out of bounds.
Nice effort by Morel trying to sneak one in there on the other opposite side of the court. Unfortunately, it was just a bit outside, and it's going to be number 11 on the serve, Jacqueline Kosarev.
Kosarev serve right into the net. Point goes to the Rustlers. Now trailed just by 1 point.
Down by 1, it's going to be number 4, Cassie Pugh on the serve. Actually, she's going to come out of the game, and it's going to be number 16 on the serve for the Golden West Rustlers. Moshani Hovadea.
Almost a jump ball there at the net, and the ball falls on Golden West side of the court. So Fullerton will take that 14-12. Get a look there at the Fullerton bench in the background. Coaching staff of the Hornets have yet to call a timeout in tonight's game. Blocked at the net and out of bounds. Amanda Smith for Fullerton got up, but couldn't handle the hit from
Nice
the wrestlers.
big kill. Kayla Morell on that kill. She's from Manteca, California, and Sierra High School.
Neary going behind her to find, you guessed it, Jade Esquivel, who's been powerful for the Hornets all night long. And she'll step back to serve as Fullerton still sitting on a 2-point lead in a close third set. Givens, her hit is saved by Tamula. That one falls just inside that back line.
And here comes those Fullerton ladies marching back right when Golden West was able to get even. 3 unanswered points by the ladies of Fullerton.
Ostunio digs, here's Morell. Givens, Tamula with the one-handed save. Neary finds Herzl on the backside, kept alive by Alliston. Here's Quinones, blocked and falls down on the Fullerton side. Amanda Smith and Herzl unable to keep that one from falling down on their side of the court, trying to put it back over, but it's Golden West who sneaks a point. They now trail by 2.
Quinones on that kill, and here she is on the serve.
Neary, here's Herzl. I think Golden West has figured out the Neary-Herzl combination, as Neary's been setting behind her to find Herzl on that far side of the court.
That's a nice joint effort by Alliston and Givens, able to come up with that block, cut the lead to 1, 15-16, and here we go.
Quinones' serve, Tamula digs. Neary finds Amanda Smith, and her kill touched and out of bounds. Point to the Hornets.
Unfortunately, the size of Olivia Simio, 5'3", unable to get some full hands on that one.
Studio got a hand to that one. Isn't where she wanted to put it. Right into Faith Alliston's knees. Difficult to control a pass, and Coach Lawler, sensing that Fullerton is on the verge of making a break here late in set 3.
Well, Bill Lawler's used a lot of timeouts tonight, and I think that's when he's trying to keep the rally his ladies and be like, look, you ladies got 15 points. You know, that's pretty much as good if you played all night, and you're only trailed by 3, and you're definitely not out of this. So he just wants to make sure they don't let things get out of control and give this one away.
Also wanted to reinforce probably to his ladies that they've started to figure out the Fullerton hitting scheme. Neary, the setter for Fullerton, excellent at finding her hitters. She's got a few of them to find, probably makes her job a little bit easier.
Anytime you have talent like that on your team in the form of Morgan Herzl and Jade Esquivel, it's not only going to make the Fullerton squad good, but their center, it's going to make the center look like a first-team conference player.
Fullerton already on the court, ready to go. Trying to put this game to bed in 3 quick sets. Tamula, the libero for Fullerton, back to serve. Sitting on a 3-point lead. Estunia, Morell, over on that second touch, catches the Fullerton Hornets by surprise.
Kayla Morell coming up big as Golden West is able to cut the lead to 2, and they're going to make a couple of substitutions, although it is going to be number 8, Olivia Estunio, back on the serve for the Golden West Wrestlers.
Her service looked a little long. It's played by Fullerton. Botana with the first touch. Here's Alliston. Point goes to Golden West. And for the first time tonight, Fullerton coach calls timeout. Perhaps unhappy that they're only up by 1 point.
You bring up Fullerton coach calling a timeout. The Fullerton coach is Eddie Rapp. This is his 11th season as the head coach for Fullerton College women's volleyball. He's gotten his ladies to the postseason 6 times since taking over the program in 2000. The past 3 seasons, Rob, the Hornets have won the Orange Empire Conference, finishing 3rd overall in the state of California with 2 state championships in 2007 and 5th overall in 2008.
Orange Empire Conference, a tough conference for women's volleyball. You've got OCC, you've got Golden West, you've got Cypress, and Fullerton trying to make a name for themselves. Have done so under Coach Eddie Rapp. We talked about the past of Golden West women's volleyball and their storied championship run under Albert Gasparian, now the athletic director for all Wrestler Sports, the former women's volleyball coach.
Down by 1. Let's see if the Golden West ladies can tie it up.
Estunio gets down, but is put back over. Estunio does it again. Alliston with the set. kept alive in the backcourt from Fullerton. Here's Harp, and finds the hole. Estunio getting down, but can't get over there fast enough.
Give her some credit. Estunio playing well there early in that rally, keeping Golden West alive. Unfortunately, they weren't able to come up with a point. However, they are only down by 2, although the serve is going to go to Fullerton, and it's going to be number 16 on the serve for Fullerton, Kendra Smith.
Sophomore Smith with the jump serve. Here's Morrell with the set. Alice Dunn, kept alive by Estunio after the block. Botana, Tamula gets the first touch. It's going to be over from Esquivel. Morrell, Cassie Pugh gets a touch off of the Fullerton fingertips, and that goes point to Golden West.
Nice play by Golden West. Unfortunately for Fullerton, Christabel Tamula unable to come up with it. It's going to be number 13 for the Rustlers, Kayla Morrell on the serve.
Down official checking with the scorers table. This conversation is involving the 2 coaches. Looks like they wanted to make sure that the score is correct.
Rob, if you take a look down in front of us, the crowd seems to be into the game. A lot of people showing up here on a Friday night at Golden West College to watch these Lady Rustlers play some volleyball.
As you can see on the far side there, that's the down official, Kim Martinson, in conversation with the scores at the scores table.
Looks like the score is good. 18 for Golden West, 19 for Fullerton, and we're ready to go.
Very fast serve, almost caught Fullerton by surprise there, who had almost gone to sleep during that little officials break there.
And we're all tied up at 19, Rob.
Crowd really getting into it here, trying to throw Fullerton off their game. Botana, that hit into the net, means 4 hits from Golden West will mean point to Fullerton. They were tied up at 19, could have been a critical point there for the Rustlers to take a lead. However, they give that one away. Harp back to serve, and Harp gives that one away right back to the Rustlers. We're all tied at 20.
We're all square at 20, just as you said, Rob. I'm looking for big things from Golden West here. Number 10, Faith Allison on the serve. I think they're going to take their first lead. And unfortunately, that one was just a bit out of bounds.
Alliston with the long service gives the point to the Hornets. Kosarev back to serve for the Hornets. Floating serve. Morrell with the set. Quinones, what a dig from Kosarev.
Nice strong kill by Quinones. Kosarev on that nice dig. Unfortunately, she was just unable to control it and went a little bit out of bounds over the score table. Golden West down by 1.
Good blocking at the net. That's Katie Givens and Ashley Botana putting up the block. Take the lead here late in the 3rd set.
Katie Givens playing solid all night long for the Golden West Lady Rustlers, and that's going to force Fullerton coach Eddie Rapp to take his 2nd consecutive timeout. Rob, what do you think? 22-21. Golden West, their first lead in a while, I think, since they were up 1-0, which you know how fast that came and went. Do you think they can pull out the game here and get back in this match?
It certainly is within their grasp. Looks like Coach Rapp is still having some conversation with the down official about the score, or perhaps substitutions. Fortunately, my ear is not quite good enough to hear all the way across the court. However, it's definitely Fullerton has made a few mistakes here in the 3rd set that they didn't show all night long in the first 2 sets. So they seem to be their own worst enemy here.
Every game, Golden West improving, only putting up 7 on the board in that first game, followed by 17. Here they have a 22-21 lead. And the serve, I think they figured out how to play these ladies of Fullerton.
Well, on Wednesday night, Coach Lawler expressed that he was frustrated that they would get to this point and then let their lead slip away. Let's see if they learned their lesson. Fullerton keeps it alive. Again, good setting. Blocked and out of bounds. That ties it up at 22.
Fullerton going to make a quick substitution before they take over on the serve, and it's going to be number 4, Kristen Neary on the serve from Cypress, California.
Excellent setter all night long. Was number 4, Neary. There she is. Finds Herzl. Powerful hit from Herzl. The first touch from Alliston goes over the net, but unfortunately so much power from the hit that Alliston's touch goes out of bounds.
There you see how the bench of Fullerton, every girl on that Fullerton bench paying attention to the game and yelled out as one of the Fullerton girls was about to make contact with that ball. She let it go, and they were able to pick up that point, giving them the lead and forcing Golden West coach Bill Lawler to take another timeout.
And that was 2 quick points from Fullerton, who were trailing 22-21, now lead 23-22. It was just as we saw on Wednesday night when Golden West was at their sister school and rival, Orange Coast College. They had a few very close games, but let some leads slip away. They let a 1-point lead here in set 3 slip away.
Golden West trying to keep their record over the 500 mark, as they are 6-5 and 2-2 in conference. So this is really important to see if they can win this game and get back in this volleyball match.
Fullerton just 2 points away from taking the match. Another error on Golden West. Coach Lawler having some more conversations with the down official. It looks to be about rotation yet again.
Seems like the line judge calling illegal formation set up by the girls on the Golden West side, and Lawler doesn't like it. He's explaining to the umpire on the other side exactly what he had his ladies out there doing. And Coach Lawler definitely doesn't like that call, as you get a good look at him talking to the refs and the line judge.
Match point here, however, served into the net. Kristen Neary getting close here. Down to the wire, Fullerton still need just 1 point to put this game to bed.
Golden West down but not out, down by 1. Let's see if Ashley Botana can get things going.
Neary, and that'll do it. Fullerton, in the form of, you guessed it, Jade Esquivel, puts this one away. Jade Esquivel, one of the power hitters for Fullerton all night long. And it's no surprise that she's the one who puts it away.
Although they did lose in 3 straight games, Rob, the girls cannot be disappointed with how they played in that last game, putting up 23 points on the board, as many as you could possibly put up without going into. There you get a good look at the girls shaking hands, showing respect towards each other after the game. Both teams fought hard.
Definitely improvement throughout the night, but I know Coach Lawler is going to be frustrated that yet again they had the lead late in the set and gave it away. This one on set point, the third and decisive set.
Unfortunately, the Golden West Rustler ladies are now at 500 and 2-3 in conference and 6-6 on the season. That's going to improve the Fullerton ladies to 8 wins and 5 losses and 4-1 in the conference. Let's go down to our own Elaine Lockman.
Really did get pretty exciting. It looked like Golden West really did step up their game and bring their A games, but in the end it was not enough. Fullerton ended up taking the whole game 23 to 25. It was a really good game though, and hopefully the next time they meet, Golden West will definitely put up a much rougher competition.
Thank you, Elaine. Well, a rough night there for the Rustlers, but as you said, slowly improved. There's things to build on. However, play like that is not going to get you very far.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame, which Fullerton team was going to get off that bus, and apparently they brought their A team all night long. both of those ladies on Fullerton. Escovez, it was just too much for the Golden West ladies to handle. Although, as you mentioned, they do have something to build on after they put up 7 points in the first game, 17, and then 23. So don't count these girls out quite yet.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
What's up? How's it going? Guys, this is my cousin Rob from Michigan.
What's up?
He's a teenager.
Hey, totally. All right. Oh, hey, you want to slow down? No. Really? Huh. Hey, you know what a beautiful animal is? A horse. A horse. Yeah. Beautiful mane. Unbelievable muscle tone. When it runs, it looks like poetry in motion. It's the most beautiful thing on earth. And sometimes when you feed a horse, its lips will tickle your hand. Just tickle it just a little bit. It makes me giggle sometimes. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you don't slow down, I'm gonna bite into your head like an apple. And thanks, guys, for listening to my horse stories. I could talk about ponies all day long.
All right, we're back on the gym floor of the Golden West Gymnasium. A tough loss for the Lady Rustlers tonight. However, a great display from Fullerton Hornets. Kevin, take it away.
You got to give it up to the ladies of Fullerton. They came down here and they came into the Golden West gym and they pretty much took control as soon as they got off that bus. I'm fortunate to be joined by number 13, Jade Esquivel. Jade, coming in here, did you guys think you were going to have such an easy time with the girls from Golden West?
Definitely not. We never underestimate our opponents. We always look forward to a great match.
You guys are 7-4 now, I believe. Actually make that 8-4 with this win. How do you guys going to carry that as now you're 4-1 in conference play? You guys play Orange Coast next. Winning 3 games in a row, how do you not get ahead of yourselves and look past that Orange Coast team?
We just try to keep our focus on the next game and, do what we have to do in practice. And although we did let one slip away, we are looking forward to playing OCC on Wednesday, and it should be a great match.
And as far as tonight, it was pretty much all Esquivel all night long. What's your secret?
It's the team. I can't do without them.
Thank you very much for your time, and go get them. Good luck to you and your squad at Orange Coast.
Thank you.
Rob, you heard it from her. It's a team effort. Although it did look like her all night, she gave credit where credit's due, and volleyball is a team sport, and she gave credit to her ladies on the floor.
Esquivel very humble. However, she had a lot of help from her setter, Kristen Neary, who was setting up all over the court. Very athletic player. Also setting up Morgan Herzl, that big, powerful hitter with the left hand.
Yeah, it was an interesting game as Golden West, in the first couple games, they were only able to put up 7 points, 17 points, and they finished the game strong so they can take that into their next match. They're back at 500, so a win next week would, put them back with a winning record.
The only loss for Fullerton came at Cyprus. It was a very tough game. Cyprus, a very powerful team, could be an exciting finish here in the Orange Empire Conference for women's volleyball.
It's been a fun night of volleyball here at Golden West College in Huntington Beach, California. For Rob Frecker, I'm Kevin Schreiber. We'd like to thank everybody who came out to watch women's volleyball here at Golden West College. For all the staff, cast, and crew for Golden West TV broadcast production, thank you.
And good night.
Must go over.